Hi guys, my name is Casey with BrickbyBrickWealth, and today we are here with Melisa and Ferdy, and they're going to tell us a little bit about their real estate investing journey. So if you guys wouldn't mind, tell us a little bit about yourselves, what you do for work, where you live, and where you're at currently with your investing journey.
Hi guys, I'm Melisa. I'm from Southern California. I'm a stay-at-home mom and a small business owner.
And I'm Ferdy, and I work at an aerospace company. I'm the master scheduler there. And right now in our investment journey, we purchased our first out-of-state rental property in Montgomery, Alabama. And it's a buy and hold right now that we purchased. We also invest in stocks and we have our 401ks and stuff like that. Crypto, yeah, crypto right now. That's a big thing right now, but definitely real estate seems to be a more a less bumpy way to invest. You know, the crypto and the stock market, you know, there's a lot of ups and downs daily. And
I've done nothing with crypto. I have. I'm just barely learning that it's like Bitcoin. I'm like, oh, I got a lot of research to do on that. Real estate is totally my jam. So I'm curious, what kind of research have you guys done on rental properties and real estate investing prior to joining the program? What was your knowledge level? Where were you guys at?
So we started doing a lot of research. Mostly I started doing the research. I've always wanted to do real estate for the past 10 years, you can say, for a long time. Unfortunately, my family members had bad experiences. That's what scared me away. But it didn't start until December of 2020, where I really started learning about it again. And I started looking into podcasts, Bigger Pockets. I didn't realize that Instagram had such a huge, it was such a huge platform to learn, you know, about real estate investing. And I think just YouTube, really, Bigger Pockets, podcasts, YouTube, anything I can find online, Instagram.
Yeah, did you guys feel that you learned enough from all of your research?
No, I felt overwhelmed.
Overwhelmed.
I felt very overwhelmed. And then that's when
it's a lot of information from a lot of different directions. And, you know, they make it sound really easy, but yeah, knowing what had happened with her family and everything, it really scared us, you know, but like when we started taking your course, knowing the steps, you know, like what to look for, and it kind of helped us reassure us. And knowing that the people that invested in real estate and her family didn't really do a lot of the research and the due diligence, that's when we realized, okay, well, maybe that was a downfall, you know, for it. So yeah.
What happened with them? What did they do wrong?
What didn't they do wrong? So they like, I know one of the big things was they hired someone to be their property manager because they felt bad for the person.
Yeah, they did business more with their heart. And so that was really hard. The same thing with, they left the last individual who was in their home. I believe they were renting a room from the person that was in the contract. Then that person moved out, and they left them there without running any of or kind of just run like a screen on that tenant. Kind of just left it as like, oh, I trust you, you've been living there. And then that person just stayed without paying rent.
Squatting, and it got really
bad. So, and then with the state of California, obviously the laws are in favor of the tenants. So they lost their properties, and then, just stuff like that. So that was very terrifying for me to get into it. And then every time I talked to them about it, it was kind of like, no, you don't want to do it. We tried and failed. And so,
everyone around was very negative about it, you know, because of the fear, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. But like knowing, you know, all the negative things that you've had basically firsthand, you know, secondhand really experience, and hearing from close relatives, what made you can say, you know what, I'm going to do this anyways? You know, what changed your mind about it?
For me, it was the chance of having, you know, like some financial freedom and having passive income, and, you know, working. We both have had W-2 jobs, you know, where you're kind of under the control of someone else, you know. So I read Rich Dad Poor Dad. I know you read it, and they say, you know, you think it's safe to have a job where someone can just fire you at any second, but you don't think it's safe to start a business or to invest in real estate, you know, something that you're more in control of, that you're going to put in the work to make sure that you're doing the right thing, that's going to be successful, you know?
Yeah.
So it's really what you put into it, you know, your due diligence and making sure that you're doing the right thing for yourself. So
yeah, what helped me was to see other individuals doing it like yourself. That was very motivating, and a lot of young individuals too, where I was thinking, okay, they're learning, they're doing it, they're putting themselves out there, they're educating others. So why can't we do it? You know, we have a small business, and we kind of went in with the same mindset where it was very nerve-wracking to start our small business, and we got there. So we kind of just applied that same mindset to, let's give real estate a try. You know, there's no reason why we can't give it a try. But we did feel that we needed that extra guidance and assistance. And that's where we started looking for coaches, or I started looking for coaches, and I kind of presented the idea to him. And he said, you know, if this is something you want to do and you feel that you need the additional assistance and guidance, then go for it, you know, invest in ourselves. And that's where I started looking at different coaches, and I eventually found you.
Yeah, I remember you did a lot of research. We did our initial call, and you're like, well, Casey, you know, I can't tell you yes or no right now. I've done a lot of research, and I am meeting with multiple people, and I'm going to pick one. So I'll have to let you know. So I'm curious, like, you did all that, probably more research than most of my students have on coaches, real estate coaches out there. Good job, Melissa. And I said, this girl's got a rocket in real estate. She does this much work trying to find a good coach. Imagine like how hard she's going to try for her new business. Like, but I'm curious, what made you ultimately, you know, choose to go with me? What was it?
So first of all, I love your personality. You're very down to earth, easy to talk to. You're very welcoming. You weren't intimidating at all. So I love that, because I was able to, at first I was intimidated with real estate. But when I spoke to you, I felt very comfortable. So that was very important to me, because I want to be able to learn from someone who I feel comfortable with 100%. And then you were very responsive with everything. You were quick to respond. So that was also a plus for me. And then you answered all my questions, really. There was nothing, you know, nothing that I questioned after. I felt very comfortable, and you just laid it all out for me. You were very honest from the beginning. And I like that you offered that one-on-one. That was, I think, a huge plus for me, because I felt that we would need that one-on-one versus just like a group setting, or even a smaller group setting. The one-on-one was like a huge plus for me to begin with. Yeah.
I agree, especially when you're dealing with, you know, finances and talking about your personal, like your income and your credit scores, and, you know, how much you have saved in these different accounts. That's, you know, to say to your coach in confidence is one thing, because they're looking to help you, but then to say it to a room of 10, 15, 50, 100 people, you know, I wouldn't want to do that. So yeah. I'm glad you liked the one-on-one. What was the thing you enjoyed most about the program? We had the course and the one-on-one coaching that kind of went hand in hand, supplemented each other. But of all of the things, of all the experience you had in successive rental properties, what was the thing that you benefited from the most or enjoyed the most?
I mean, you're an excellent note taker, so you should have a course on note taking, because we all need to take that. Yes. But like after having our one-on-ones, like the thorough, like detailed notes, and like, okay, like, I'll go attack this now, and like, don't be afraid, like the confidence boost you gave us, you know, like the course was very informative, and there was a lot of information there that was really helpful. And then on top of that, like your encouragement and like the confidence you had in us built our confidence, because I was like, we didn't have any confidence in real estate, you know, like you were saying. Yeah. So that really did help us a lot. You know, it was really thorough. You would go back to your note, the email you'd send us and go, okay, we got to do this. You know, we got to jump on this week. And
this is what we talked about, which is amazing, because like he said, it was very thorough, and we love that, because it was very helpful for us to reflect and look back on later when we're just kind of like, okay, what does she want us to do? Or what is it that we need to work on? Or what is it we talked about today?
Where are we getting stuck? Yeah.
Yeah, good. I try to make
We
it,
love that, yeah.
actionable steps and, easy
Yeah.
to read homework. This is what you do next, because it is overwhelming. It's a lot to do, especially if you've never bought a rental property before. I mean, I've been doing real estate in some capacity since 2007, and that's like a really long time. I have some students who were like, in diapers almost, like at that time. I mean, not quite, but I was like, so to me, a lot of this is second nature. And but I realized that when it's people that aren't constantly investing, the steps on what to do next can feel overwhelming and you won't even know what direction to go. So I do try and make sure, thank you, that it's listed exactly what to do next. So it's, you're not freaking out and what do I do? What do I do? So yeah, I'm glad you found the notes helpful. Thank you. I've heard other people say that. So who knew?
Yeah, it's been very helpful.
So let's talk about your first rental property. So you guys live in SoCal. You bought your property where? Tell us where and tell us about the experience and how that went.
Okay, so we just so taking the course, we narrowed down and picked our our area or the area we wanted to buy in. So we picked Alabama, specifically Montgomery, Alabama. So we started searching in those areas. We took all the information from the course as far as, what criteria we should be looking at, so we took all that into consideration and we were able to find a home, and we paid, what did we pay? 103 for the home.
1,900 square feet?
Yep, it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. So it was a pretty big home. In that area. So it was, once we put it on the rental market, I rented in less than 10 days.
Yeah, rented in about 12 days.
12 days. 12 days,
yeah.
So it was pretty quick and they got a lot of inquiries for it. We actually hired a management company to help us out with that. And yeah, they said we probably could have rented out for an extra $200 on top of what we rented it out for. So that was good to hear.
They say that now. Right.
They say that now.
Before they didn't believe you.
Yeah.
Because at first they told me, I think it's too high. And it was really you that encouraged me. No, if this is what you feel, push for it. And our real estate agent who had been throughout the process asking us, what is it renting for? What are you guys doing? What's your next step? And so I did tell him, I said, this is what our price is. And he's like, I think you can go get more. And I reached out to you and you had, I remember, told me, if that's what you feel, then communicate that and tell them. And I'm like, okay. So I did it. And she told me, I feel like it's too high. We haven't had one rent for that high. And I said, okay, well, let's give it a try. And so, yeah, sure enough, we gave it a try and it rented, and she did apologize after. And so it's just keeps going up and up. And so kind of wish we would have started off higher, but
yeah.
I know, right? In hindsight, I know, always.
Yeah. No, yeah, but we're cash flowing. So. Yeah.
What's your cash flow?
So when we figure it all out with CapEx and everything, it's about $400. So
and that's what you're taking out.
Cash flow, yeah.
Yeah.
The CapEx, the management company or mortgage payment, everything. Yeah. So it's pretty.
Yeah.
It's pretty decent. We weren't thinking when I was running my numbers, I was being very conservative with it, and I'm like, oh, it's gonna be like $200, but
yeah. And that's one thing that you helped with too, because when we were running numbers on all the properties, we were being super conservative, and we'd come back saying we're only gonna make $40, and you would tell us, okay, don't be, don't get too conservative with it. But you helped us out in that as well. So
and also getting out of the mindset, like when we put a down payment on a house, or the money we put into it is money that like we lost. And I remember that's when it clicked for me, when you're like, the down payment you put into the house, it's still there. It's not gone, Oh, did we lose you? Okay.
Yeah,
sorry. We thought, okay. Yeah, it's not money that you lost. It's there. It's in the equity. You just, you just pay the house down. So, and every time they pay, they're paying the house down, the people that are renting it out. So it's getting out of that mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it is. You think I'm losing my money. I'm giving away the down payment. It's not mine. It's not in my bank anymore. It's like, no, it is yours. It's just in asset form.
Yep.
Somewhere else, and you'll always at least have the down payment. I mean, even if markets crash, it's gonna be worth 20%, or else we're all doomed.
Yeah.
So now that you guys have all the tools, the knowledge, you've got your first property under your belt, Do you guys feel now that with the coaching program, you have the confidence now to go do this on your own again and again and again without needing my help?
Yes. Yeah.
You're like, but you help me, right?
Message you.
Yeah, you definitely gave us all the tools we need to be able to do that on our own, and we have our confidence level is through the roof. Right now is just how are we gonna get more money to buy more houses? It's not really the fear of buying another house. It's how can we buy more houses? Yeah. That's our goal right now, trying to figure that out. So we don't have that fear anymore. You know, it's gone. Even though we're going through the process of researching the house that we bought and Melisa found, you know, like you said, she researched a lot of into coaching, like for the coaches. She researched a lot, flood zones and all that information on the house, and asking all these questions, calling the city and all that stuff, contractors, all that stuff. After going through all that, we're thinking, man, the next one's probably gonna be a lot easier than this one. You know, we have the confidence, we know the steps we need to take. Yeah. So,
and we took a lot of notes too from the things that we learned, like, okay, we should have asked this before, or one incident that we had is that they didn't have the gas on when the inspector went out. And so I know I reached out to you, and that's something that we should always have on. So that's something that we learned. And then, you know, they took fault for that. The sellers took fault for that, but it's still something that, you know, has to happen. That way they can check that all appliances are working.
Yep.
No,
so, yes. Yep. Yes.
Little things. I mean, you guys really lucked out that was really your major issue. You know, so many people buy properties and they get royally screwed financially, buying in the wrong area, buying in a, you know, a market where they thought the rent was going to be here. Turns out it's here. So you guys did such a great job. You bought a house in the price point that you were looking for, you know, and even today, this was just a couple of months ago, you guys, you know, closed, but people now are like, where do I find $103,000 house? I mean, prices have gone up already so much even since then. So you guys already have equity.
Yes.
You've got a cash flow. You've got a nice brick home in an appreciating area. Yay. I'm really happy.
We're excited.
And I was so happy to talk to you guys tonight too. So yay. I know. So what are your goals now? So you said you're looking at now, how am I going to buy more? So what are your real estate investment goals for the future now that you've got this one under your belt?
I think we said we wanted one of the goals for next year is we want to be cash flowing $1,500 a month. So that means getting a few more houses like this under our belt. So maybe, you know, three to four more houses under our belts
for next year.
Whether
it be buy and hold or a short-term rental.
Yeah.
And we're currently working on a ADU on our primary residence.
Yeah.
What do you guys think you'll make on that one? Any idea?
No. I think that's going to be a good cash flowing one. Yeah, we're looking at that, and around here in California, you know, the rents are really high.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're thinking we'd be cash flowing like 1,500.
Yeah.
1,500. So
really
that
cool.
That alone would be what our goal is.
Yes.
Yeah.
That would be so cool. You guys definitely gotta make sure you get that one done soon. Yes, ADUs are popular, that's for sure, especially in Southern California.
Yeah.
So if someone contacted you today and they said, hey, Melisa Ferdy, I saw your testimonial video on Casey's program and I'm thinking about joining, what would you say to them?
I would say go for it. Don't think twice, and take the course, do the program with her because she's amazing. The course is amazing, and she'll definitely guide you to where you want to be.
It's really, really easy to follow, really easy to understand. And if there is something you trip over or you trip on, you just reach out to, you'll be able to reach out to Casey and you got an answer like almost immediately. Like, you know, really responsive. The hand holding, you know, there's going to be times where you might be scared to move forward, but there's, you know, you got someone to help you out and kind of push you through those tough times where you think, you know, I'm stuck here. I can't get through this. Definitely highly recommended. Yeah.
And it does help that you're also an investor, so you give us your input, and then not just that, but your experiences and all that. It's very helpful to hear all of that.
Yeah.
And then your realtor experience background, so that's a huge plus. It's all highly recommended.
Would you guys say your investment was worth it?
Oh yeah,
Yes, definitely.
for sure. I don't think we would have purchased a home if it wasn't for
No, for
taking
you.
the course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For you and your
Yeah,
course.
I think we would have been too analysis paralysis and too scared to do it just from all the experiences that her side of the family has had. But you know, definitely a confidence booster.
Yes.
And it really did help us a lot.
A lot, yeah.
Thank you guys. And that makes it all worth it. You know, that's why I like to do it. And a lot of, you know, coaches like to do the groups and all that. And it's just not as personal. And I don't feel like I would get to feel like rewarded as far as I got to help you with something that changed your life.
Yeah. And I will tell you, I've invested in another group as well, or another program as well. And as a first-time real estate investor, when I compare, I would totally recommend your program to begin with, because it gives you that one-on-one. And that's what, as a first-time real estate investor, or even a real estate, someone who's aspiring to be one or learn about it or invest, if you don't feel comfortable, or either if you do feel comfortable, I mean,
you still learn a lot.
Yeah, you still learn a lot, and the one-on-one that you give is amazing. Yeah. It helps. It definitely helps, and it gives you that confidence that Freddie was saying that we needed, that we lacked, and now we have.
And like you said, like the one-on-one it's so huge, because there's a lot of these courses where, like the one that she invested in, they just, like you said, they just put you in a group and you got to like fight through there and with other people and try to get answers, and it's you know, it's not as personable,
you don't get the same experience, and that's what we needed. We needed a program like yours that really helped us and guided us and educated us. Yeah. Main thing.
Well, you guys are the best. Thank you so much. That was a wonderful testimonial to your experience in the program, and I've enjoyed working with you guys. And I know it's not the end, so I will always be your friend and there for you whenever you need me. And thank you so much for your time today.